This looks like a lorry station because all the vehicles behind me seem to be stationary. But it is not a lorry station. This is one of the busiest intersections in the country Ghana. It is the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange, popularly known as Dubai. But it is not what it is serving. The purpose that it was created to serve is not what we are seeing behind. Frustrated motorists all over, you can see, inching slowly in this traffic. And this is midday. In the evenings during peak hours, it's even worse. For an interchange that was built some 3 years ago to eliminate the issue of traffic in Accra, people who have closed from their various offices wanting to get home on time would never make it on time. People who want to get to their offices from home will not make it on time. And it's because there is a chaotic scene that looks like a stationary vehicles center in the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. Before I proceed any further, I want you to watch former President John Dramani Mahama when he announced or came for the commissioning of this huge edifice. And he said key among the reasons they were setting up this construction was to ensure a traffic-free area. Is that a problem that has been solved, or has that problem rather been solved? Let's watch former President John Mahama on the night that he commissioned the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange, also known as Dubai.
Experts estimate that the congestion that used to be created here as a result of the heavy traffic and lack of traffic flow resulted in an estimated loss of about $100 million per annum to our national economy. This is the longest flyover and the highest flyover in West Africa. In addition, a police station has been built within the interchange to ensure law and order in the general area, to check the activities of criminals and provide a backdrop of safety for the tens of thousands of people who use this intersection day and night all year round.
So you've heard former President John Dramani Mahama there announcing why this interchange was done, but that's not what we are witnessing. See the huge vehicles, they were honking away. It's an area of frustration. That is the situation here. According to government information as of the time this interchange was put up, over $100 million of man hours and economic time was wasted at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange, or Kwame Nkrumah Circle at the time as it was called, because it was just a roundabout. But has that been solved? It doesn't seem like it. Meanwhile, in an interesting turn of events, there's a police patrol car there, a Nima Police Highway Patrol Team. Their station, 2 police officers are standing there. On my left, there is an MTTD official wearing white. He's attempting to ensure law and order. But clearly, there isn't order here. These vehicles are stuck. Far away, people are crossing recklessly. And the reason for this traffic is because, very simply, the commercial drivers, known as church people, have converted a section of the road into loading and offloading areas. Indeed, they even park at these sections. What that does is that it limits the flow of traffic for an interchange that is supposed to be managing hundreds of vehicles, if not thousands of vehicles every hour. That is the problem that is called the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. This circle is supposed to be part of the grand beautification agenda of Accra. But clearly, seeing people lying down here cannot be referred to as a beautification agenda. People are walking and crossing at places that they're not supposed to cross. People are lying down and sitting idle, doing nothing. Perhaps hiding from the sun, the hot sun rays. But that is what the Kwame Nkrumah Circle is. That's not even the catch. The catch is that the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange is overseen by 3 municipalities or metropolitan assemblies in Ghana. The Ayawaso Central takes care of the Vodafone headquarters area towards the new terminal, towards the Awudome Cemetery area. The Accra Metropolitan Assembly has the pedestrian shopping mall area towards Accra, Odona, and so on. Then we have the Klote municipality, one of the newest municipalities in town. They control the eastern side of the interchange. 3 municipalities cannot find a solution to this chaos that we're witnessing. It's an area of confusion and frustration. Drivers are in a gridlock. It's what you call bumper to bumper because vehicles will not even allow an inch. As you can see, this taxi driver I'm with is struggling to ensure that he doesn't lose the gap he is having in front of him. And I'm going to try to talk to him. Hello, sir. Welcome to City Newsroom.
Thank you.
You can concentrate on the road while you drive. I'll just be talking to you. Is this your first time using Kwame Nkrumah Circle?
No, this is not the first time.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Ofori.
Ofori what?
Yeah, Ofori.
Yeah, what do you make of the traffic situation at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle?
For this place, the traffic is too much. But what I can say is that the leaders have to do something about this traffic. The place that they leave it here is too small. It's too small.
What do you mean? I don't understand. Okay, you can move.
They're supposed to make maybe 2 or 3, but they made it 1. So because of the 1, everyone has to go. And there is a traffic.
But it's 2 lanes. This is 2 lanes.
It's too late.
Yeah, but it's 2 lanes should be enough.
Again.
Okay, we can move. I must say that it's a bit of a challenge here for a lot of motorists. Vehicles are trying to cut corners and take over from Ofori, my taxi driver, who is speaking to me about the frustration that he goes through. So you want the road to be opened up?
If they open it, it's good for us. But I can see, this place, there's nowhere they can open it to.
What about the drivers themselves? They said a lot of the issues here have to do with the drivers and how they take over the road instead of allowing traffic to flow.
And because of the truck drivers also, that is why there is a lot of traffic here.
I see. Thank you, Ofori. Please concentrate on your road. Ofori is one of many drivers that use this road all the time, and clearly it's an issue having to do with difficulty in movement. Vehicles are actually allowing no space for each other. This is because there's little space and little allowable gap. As you can see, vehicles so close to each other, almost stepping on me. This gentleman looks as frustrated as anybody else that you can imagine, and well, you cannot let any gap or any space go. It's a struggle, and that's what's happening for an interchange that we have spent over $100 million to construct. As Ofori was complaining about, this road has been reduced to a single lane. Traditionally or originally, it should have been a double lane road. Now, this notice says no parking, no loading. But there's loading happening right here. This vehicle here, truck driver here, just stopped to pick passengers, and the mate is calling on to a passenger, and that continues to happen. Behind me, there are passengers trying to negotiate. Behind me, there's a white van, as you can see there. It's already parked and loading, which means that there is clearly a lack of respect for the instruction here that says no parking, no loading. It is the key challenge that is witnessed on this stretch. There's this vehicle which is actually almost stationary with registration number. I think I can catch that registration number. GR 595417, parked right in the middle of the road, and there's an MTTD official standing by the vehicle. We are not sure if he's going to process this driver in any way, but he's actually moving away now, wearing his helmet. So, this police MTTD official seems to be giving a warning to a driver's mate, but of course that's all he would do. He's holding what looks like the license to one of the drivers. I'm not sure if it's a license that he has seized from a driver who was loading at an unauthorized place. But the key challenge, or the key problem, or the root cause of the problem at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle is this particular stretch, where these drivers loading towards Dome, Achimota, Ofankor, and all those places are causing a gridlock. There are people who are crossing, like this gentleman, clearly crossing at an unapproved route. Look at him. He and the other gentleman crossing right in the middle. and there's someone who is calling for passengers right in the middle of the road, a church or meet. But this is what is happening in a space that is governed by 3 local assemblies: the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, the Ayawaso Central Municipal Assembly, and the Osu Klote Koli Municipal Assembly. You're still watching City Newsroom on City TV. I am Umaru Sandamadu, coming to you from the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange, which has a bizarre story around it having to do with the lack of ease of flow of traffic, even though that was the reason for this huge edifice that was constructed. Before we continue from here, let's go back to Mina Dablo with some more stories. I'm standing by a plaque, which is a plaque that was unveiled by former President John Dramani Mahama when he commissioned this huge, in fact, he called it the longest interchange in West Africa. So the inscription on it, Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange. This plaque was unveiled by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, on November 2016 to commemorate the completion of the construction and opening of the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange. Implementing agency, the Department of Urban Roads, and the contractor, Queiroz Galvão Construction, that Brazilian firm that constructed this structure. When the former president was commissioning this project, he had with him his Minister for Roads and Highways, at the time, Honorable Alhaji Inusa Fuseini, currently Member of Parliament for Tamale Central. We've invited him to join us for this particular program. Alhaji, you're welcome to City Newsroom.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm sure you remember what happened.
Yes, in December 2016. Yes.
November.
November 2016. Yes.
How was the feeling like that night when you?
Well, it was a feeling of accomplishment. It was a feeling that we had transformed the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. It was a feeling that clearly, if people put their minds to solving a problem, they can.
Now, what did you seek? Which problem did you seek to solve when you put up this construction?
And so this interchange was designed to lessen the traffic congestion here and ensure that people can keep appointments, get to workplaces on time, reach home on time when they leave work. So it was just, the principal aim was just to lessen the traffic.
Then what has happened 3 years on?
3 years on.
Has the problem been solved?
The problem has been solved partially. You can see that traffic is moving. You can see that those who are originating from the ring road and going towards congestion and vice versa do not have to compete for the road with those who are just doing the local rounds. Yeah. So to an extent, traffic has been lessened. Now, where we have difficulty is the first tier, the road originating from Achimota and going towards Accra. Now, when you pass the post office, I mean before you get to the post office, traffic begins to build up. Mm-hmm. They build up because there is a bypass from the Shell filling station, just Orient Cinema, towards Keneshi. That bypass has now been converted into a station. And so traffic builds up there, and then you have the building up of the traffic, the cascading effect of the build-up.
So this is an illegal station?
Illegal station. Now there are many illegal things happening here. All through, you can see, apart from the Kwame Nkrumah fountain, all through you can see people selling on the pavements. People have taken over the pavements. I don't know what the city authorities are doing. The pavement were put in place to ensure that people do not compete with the vehicles for space. Now, you move around the interchange and the pavements have now been taken over by hawkers. Clear the traffic, clear the trespassers onto the pavement.
Is it that easy?
It's easy.
Because it's always been a challenge, governments trying to clear illegal hawkers.
Because we have not been consistent. Now, hawkers are on the pavement because the hawkers market that we built here,
the pedestrian shopping mall,
people are not patronizing because the hawkers have decided to come onto the road to intercept customers or potential customers. So if you are sitting in the pedestrian mall, no one will come there to buy. Now what I'm saying is that they are assembling should be charging people, should be arresting and finding people.
Is that practically possible?
It's practically possible. I mean, wherever you have gone on this earth, where there is law and order, the Metropolitan Assembly or the Municipal Assembly takes up that responsibility of maintaining law and order.
If you were the mayor of Accra today, what would you do?
I will enforce the law. I will just enforce the law. You see, people know that what they are doing is illegal. They know.
Does the MTTD have to take blame for this?
No, the city authorities. Blame the city authorities. They have responsibility over this area. They have jurisdiction to control indiscipline in this area.
Now, the assembly, that's the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, the Ayawaso Central Municipal Assembly, the Klote Kwale Municipal Assembly have task forces that are supposed to be parading these areas and ensuring people do not break the law like we are seeing. But this happens every day on top of the pavement, as in on top of the highway or the flyover. There are people doing business. Beneath the highway or the flyover, people are doing their own business. Now, previously, the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, or currently actually, they still have a rapid response unit that is supposed to be taking care of these issues. Richard Mensah used to head that task force, and he has joined us here for a quick interaction on what they have been doing. So why do we have hawkers and people having their stalls on the pavements?
I wouldn't say it's a store. It's a mini or petty trade that they are doing. And you see, we are dealing with human beings, we are dealing with humans, and then on a humanitarian ground, we should also help them to also have something to eat. When we sack the people on the pavement just like that, and we don't get them a place to sell, it will be a problem. Though there's a place that is earmarked for all of them to
You
go
have the
there.
pedestrian shopping mall.
Exactly. You have also places that is earmarked for them to also go and sell. But you know, as human as they are, definitely there will be some itches or there will be some problems. So on the humanitarian grounds, we have to take time to still educate them, to also let them understand that the place that they are selling, it is a pathway or it's a walkway meant for pedestrians to use and not for sale of goods.
But this is responsible for the chaos we are seeing at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle. And so you are supervising chaos as an assembly.
That's why I'm saying that previously we were the one in charge of the whole circle, where the circle was under us, and we're taking oversight responsibilities of all those places.
So what's the problem now?
The problem now is that we have been moved from where we are as the AMA task force simply because now we have various assemblies that are in charge of a portion of the circle. So that's a problem. So you can't go and cross other person's territory to work, otherwise they will seem not to work.
So you can see behind me the sprawling Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange. It's actually very close to one of the offices of the three assemblies that have jurisdiction over the interchange. So this is the Klote Kwale Municipal Assembly, which is opposite Mr. Biggs' circle, if you know the Kwame Nkrumah Circle very well. It used to be the former office of the Klote Kwale Sub-Metro under the Accra Metropolitan Assembly. I've come in now to have a conversation with the mayor for this municipality, Mr. Ajay Teria. Hello, sir. Welcome to City Newsroom.
Thank you very much.
How is the assembly doing, by the way, just quickly?
Gradually, we are settling in and things are okay.
So you have jurisdiction over a portion of the Kwame Nkrumah Circle interchange.
Yes, 50%.
50%, that's significant. So you almost own like half of it.
Yes.
But there's chaos, there's lawlessness, there's indiscipline, there's lack of sanitation and so on, or improper sanitation. What is the problem?
I think on one hand, it's a bit of an issue of coordinating the whole circle work because, like we said, there are three municipalities. So we need to come together and work. But two of the municipalities at the circle interchange are new. The AMA has been here. So in the past, probably they had one coordinating team. But now, before we are coming together so that we have a system that will make sure the left hand know what the right hand is doing so that we work together.
But you have city guards, and I've seen them wearing orange vests and directing traffic. But that notwithstanding, drivers still park at unauthorized places and pick passengers, the church drivers especially. That's something you should be able to handle on your own.
Yes. With regards to Kwale Klote, we have some of the trotro drivers coming on the street to pick simply because of where the transfer site for Jakura is. It's at the back of the Odona market, and the stench that emanates from the refuse there does not encourage the passengers to go to the back. So we are working on it, and we intend to move Jakura. Regardless of that, we still try to move people on when they stop on the street, and sometimes when necessary they are arrested as well, and they are dealt with because they are not supposed to be picking passengers from the streets. Yes.
What about the issue of indiscipline among hawkers? Now, not hawkers, but pedestrians. I'm just watching two gentlemen walk across the road. They've crossed the road at a place that they are not allowed to. What are you doing about that?
We've tried to put some caution tape around, just to inform them that they are not supposed to be crossing there. But we also intend to put permanent barricades or what should I say, railings to prevent them from crossing at that point. So this is something we are going to do immediately.
But you can arrest and fine them. Have you considered that option?
Yes, we can. But for now, this is what we are doing. Yeah.
What about sanitation? A dirty city in the heart of a city that the president has promised to make the cleanest in 2020. That's surely problematic. Circle is an integral part of the Accra city area.
Oh, that is something we are meeting head on. You see, the hawkers is part of the problem because once they sell, people put the rubbish on the floor, etc. However, this municipality, we've done a lot to address that. We've employed about 150 people cleaning the street, not just Circle. Okay. In addition to what Zoom Lion is doing. Just because when the president says that he wants Accra to be clean, by and large it's about quality.
Yes, indeed.
So we recognize that, and we've accepted that challenge, and we are working on that. So we recently adored 10 tricycles, and when you go about the municipality, you see sweepers cleaning the streets, and then they put the refuse into these tricycles. Then those tricycles will take them to a transfer site, and then from there they will be sent to the final disposal site. However, this is all new, so people are just getting used to the idea. So it won't be long and you will not see this sort of refuse.